haven't seen. Taking all the life, it hits the spot. Walking on fantasy. So take me, baby, take me to a state of mind.
Faster. Running like a Hellcat. Like a Hellcat.
What's up mga katropa? My name is El
At ako nga pala si JD.
and we're here to introduce you Mr. Amado B. Hernandez, which is the main topic on this video.
At tara, samahan nyo kaming tuklasin kung sino nga ba talaga si Amado B. Hernandez. Sino nga ba si Amado B. Hernandez? Si Amado B. Hernandez ay ipinanganak noong ika-13 ng Setyembre 1903 at namatay noong 24 ng Marso 1970. Isang makata at manunulat sa wikang Tagalog, kilala rin siya bilang manunulat ng mga manggagawa sapagkat isa siyang pinuno ng mga Pilipinong manggagawa at sa kanyang mga pagpuna at pagsusuri sa mga kawalan ng katarungan na ganap sa Pilipinas noong kanyang kapanahunan. Nakulong siya dahil sa pakikipag-ugnayan niya sa mga kilusang mga komunista. Siya ang punong tauhan sa isang bukod tanging kasong panghukuman na tumagal ng 13 taon bago nagwakas. Ipinanganak siya sa Sagrada Pamilya sa Hagonoy, Bulacan, ngunit lumaki sa Tondo, Maynila, kung saan nakapag-aral siya sa mataas na paaralan ng Maynila at sa Amerikanong paaralan ng pakikipag-ugnayan noong 1932. Napangasawa niya ang Pilipinong aktres na si Atang de la Rama. Siya ay batang ama at nagkaanak sa maagang edad. Ang mag-asawa ay kapwa kinilala bilang mga pambansang alagad ng sining, si Hernandez para sa panitikan, samantalang si de la Rama para sa tanghalan, sayaw at tugtog. Noong kanyang kabinataan, nagsimula na siyang magsulat sa wikang Tagalog para sa pahayagang watawat. Nang lumaon ay nagsulat siya para sa mga pagkakaisa at naging patnugod ng mabuhay. Napukaw ng kanyang mga sulatin ng pansin ng mga dalubhasang sa wikang Tagalog at ilan sa kanyang mga salaysayin at tula ay napabilang sa mga antolohiya katulad ng Parolang Ginto ni Clodoaldo del Mundo at ng Talaang Bughaw ni Alejandro Abidilla. Noong 1922, sa gulang na 19, naging kabahagi si Hernandez ng samaang pampanitikan na Aklatang Bayan na kinabibilangan ng mga kilalang manunulat sa Tagalog na sina Lope K. Santos at Jose Corazon de Azu. Sinalaysay ni Hernandez sa kanyang mga akda ang pakikipagsapalaran at pakikibaka ng mga manggagawang Pilipino. Minsan siyang napiit dahil sa salang sedisyon at habang nasa loob ng kulungan, naisulat niya ang Isang Dipang Langit, ang isa sa mga mahalaga niyang tula. Nakilala rin si Hernandez sa kanyang mga nobelang gaya ng Ang Ibong Mandaragit at Luwa ng Buhaya. Ang ilan sa kanyang maikling kwento ay natipon sa isang tomo na pinamagatang Langaw sa Isang Basong Tubig at Ibang Kwento. Nagturo din siya sa pamantasan ng Pilipinas, kakikitaan ng diwang makabayan ng marami niyang tula at nobela. Lantad sa mga ito ang makatarungang poot sa pagiging tila isang kolonya ng Estados Unidos ang kanyang bansang Pilipinas. Naipakulong siya ni Elpidio Quirino dahil sa bintang na pagiging mapaghimagsik. Noong 1973, 5 taon mula nang sumakabilang buhay si Hernandez, ginawaran si Amado ng titulong pambansang alagad ng sining, bagamat matagal-tagal na rin mula nang pumanaw ang manunulat. Patuloy na umalingaw-ngaw sa mga paaralan at sa mga rally sa lansangan ng kanyang matulaing pagkamakabayan, lalo na ang mga salita ng tulang kung tuyo na ang luha mo, aking bayan. Bawat taon ay ginugunita at pinagkakaloob ang gawad ka Amado sa mga makata, manunulat, mandudula, mga awit at mga may akda ng mga likhang biswal na gumagawa ng mga sulating tumatalakay sa mga karanasan ng liping manggagawa.
Good day everyone. So I'm Nur and I'm here to explain to you or tell you the story of Mr. Nur Misuari and Hashim Salamat. So first, I'll go ahead and tell you the personal life of Mr. Nur Misuari. So Nur Misuari was born on March 3, 1939 in Tapul, Sulu, Philippines. The fourth of 10 children, his parents were of Tausug Sama descent and came from Kabingan, Tapul Island. His father was Salida in Misuari, who worked as a fisherman, and his mother was Dindang Hali Pining. Nur Misuari is a direct descendant of Panglima Mahabasar LDG, a Tausug warrior and representative from the Sultanate of Sulu. He claims helped the Sultanate of Brunei versus under Sultan Muhyiddin during the civil war in northern Borneo, after which the eastern part of Sabah was rewarded to the Tausugs by Sultan Muhyiddin. Misuari's father moved their family from Tapul to Holo Sulu when he was still young. He attended Holo Central Elementary School from 1949 to 1955 and studied Sulu National High School for his secondary education from 1955 to 1958. Misuari's family experienced financial secondary education from 1955 to 1958. Misuari's family experienced financial difficulties and could not afford to send him to college. His teacher assisted him to acquire a scholarship from the Commission of National Integration, which allowed him to study at the University of the Philippines, Manila. Misuari initially took up a degree in liberal arts, intending to pursue medicine. Instead, Misuari shifted his course to political science in his second semester with the intent of taking up law. Despite the fact that his father hated lawyers, he became active in many of the university's extracurricular activities, particularly in debate. After attaining his bachelor's degree in political science from the University of the Philippines in 1962, he entered the College of Law at University of the Philippines, Diliman, but dropped his law studies in his second year after being convinced by his mentor and now national author, Cesar Mahul, to pursue a master's degree related to a political science. He finished his master's degree in Asian Studies in 1964 at the Asian Center of the University of the Philippines, Diliman. In 1964, Misuari founded a radical student group called the Bagong Asia or New Asia, together with Jose Maria Sison. He also founded the Kabataan Makabayan or the Patriotic Youth. Now, until 2016, Misuari had 5 wives. His first wife was Desdemona Tan, who died of illness in Islamabad, Pakistan. The elder sister of the deceased Desdemona, Eleonora Rohaida Tan, then became his second wife. His third and fourth wives are Tahar Hata Ibrahim and Maimona Palalisan. His fifth wife comes from the tribe of Subanen, while Sheri Rahim became his sixth wife. As per polygyny, Islam allows men to marry up to 4 wives currently alive. At the same time, thought Misuari already have 6 wives. This does not include his first wife who have been deceased. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the political career of Mr. Nur Misuari. So, through Caesar Adib Mahul, Misuari became a lecturer at the University of the Philippines in Political Science in July 1966 until his retirement as instructor on November 15, 1968. In 1960s, he helped establish the Mindanao Independence Movement, which aimed to organize an independent state in southern Philippines. The Mindanao Independence Movement formed the Moro National Liberation Front, which is the MNLF, that sought political reforms from the government of the Philippines. Unable to gain reforms, the MNLF engaged in military conflict against the Philippine government and its supporters. Between 1972 and 1976, under the leadership of Misuari, the military resistance to the government of former Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos did not produce autonomy for the Moro people. Misuari departed to Saudi Arabia in self-exile, returning to the Philippines after Marcos was removed from office during the People Power Revolution in 1986. Misuari justified the MNLF armed struggle on the non-implementation of the Tripoli Agreement, originally signed by Ferdinand Marcos and later included and accepted in the peace agreement signed by former Philippine President Fidel Ramos. In the 1990s, this agreement established an autonomous region for Moros, where Misuari became a governor. Now, let's talk about the life of Mr. Hashim Salamat, since we're done with Mr. Nur Misuari.
Når helgen nærmer seg, spør alle hva jeg gjør da. Jeg hitter kløben som om hverdag var en lørdag. Så mange damer er og drikker stopp på meg, så jeg lener meg tilbake, livet mitt er deg. Fyll din kopp, fyller den til topp, og tømmer den på 1, 2, 3. Så fyll din kopp, sier ikke stopp.
So as I was saying, we will proceed on Mr. Hashim Salamat. So Salamat Hashim was born on 7th of July 1942 in the municipality of Pagalungan, Maguindanao. He comes from a religious family of 7. Salamat's first teacher was his mother. It was through her tutorship and guidance that at the age of 6 he could read the Holy Quran and memorize many of its verses. At the age of 6, he started formal education, finishing his elementary education in 1954 with honors and his secondary education in 1958 also with honors. In 1958, Salamat joined the pilgrims from the Philippines for Hajj. He took this opportunity to stay behind and study in Makkah under the care of Sheikh Zawawi. He attended regularly the halakat held at the Masjid Al-Haram and enrolled at the Madrasat As-Sulatiyah Ad-Diniyah. In 1959, he went to Cairo, which at the time was the center of political activism in the Middle of East. There he enrolled at Al-Azhar University. He graduated from Al-Azhar's Mahad Al-Buhut Al-Islamiyya as Sanawiyya in 1963, then enrolling at Al-Azhar's College of Theology for a bachelor's degree program majoring in Aqidah and philosophy, and graduated in 1967. Pursuing his scholastic inclination further, he took up his postgraduate courses in the same university and finished his master's degree in 1969. He completed the academic requirements for a doctoral degree, but was unable to write his, dissertation because he had to return the Philippines by then to organize the Moro Revolutionary Movement. Now, Salamat was an active student leader. His active participation to different student activities exposed him to various revolutionary trends, both Islamic and secular, which Cairo was known for at that period. This exposure brought him awareness of the colonial oppression his Muslim brothers and sisters were suffering back home, an awareness which gradually transformed him from a scholar to an Islamic revolutionary. Among the student organization he took part in are the Philippines Muslim Student Association and the Organization of Asian Students in Cairo. He was elected president of the former and secretary general of the latter. While in Cairo, he clandestinely organized a core group among the Bangsamoro Muslim students who planned the Bangsamoro Revolution in the early 60s. To finance their early activities, each member contributed half of his meager allowance to a common fund. Now, it is interesting to note that amongst the revolutionary Muslim thinkers who influenced Salamat, two Muslim personalities made a lasting impression on him: Syed Qutb and Syed Abdul Ala Maududi. It was, however, Syed Qutb writings which shaped his Islamic outlook and political beliefs. The impact that Syed Qutb and Maududi made on him was that inspired him to plant the seeds of Islamic revolution in the Bangsamoro homeland. Known but to few, Salamat was the one responsible for covertly arranging the military training of the first batch of cadres, batch 90, that was to become the military core group of the Moro National Liberation Front. Working with a prominent political leader, he laid the groundwork for the organization Bangsamoro Armed Struggle. Now, let's talk about, background of the MILF. So, the MILF is the vanguard of the Islamic movement at the Bangsamoro homeland in Mindanao and the neighboring islands. The reason why we are going to talk about this organization because Hashim Salamat is part of this group. So, its emergence is the crystallization of the widespread animosity and deep-rooted displeasure of the Bangsamoro people, the illegal and immoral usurpation of the freedom and self-determination. The Bangsamoro territory, which is the ancestral homeland of the Bangsamoro Muslims, was illegally and immorally annexed when the United States of America granted the Philippines independence in July 4, 1946. The MILF is the realization of the ideas, efforts, and sacrifices of Bangsamoro students in the Middle East who banded together and clandestinely organized themselves in 1962. Those students were kindled and unified by the common feelings concerning the usurpation of their legitimate and inalienable rights to freedom and self-determination, and that the usurpation of Moro land was a plot against Islam and the Muslim people in the area. Furthermore, it was wanton designed to destroy their identity and liquidate them. Those students urged their counterparts in the Bangsamoro homeland and the Bangsamoro people in general to return the fold of Islam and fight against the aggressors. They exhorted them to follow the path of Allah and none